Hey guys, I'm Sly and welcome again to another episode of Shot One. Today I've got Joey with Rémy Cointreau, so we're going to dig into a lot of history with this spirit. Introduce yourself.
So my name's Joey. I've been in the industry, for as long as I can remember. Been a bartender. I've been working with this brand for 9 years now. I live in the Austin area, which is new to Texas, and I'm loving it. I just have a passion for all things spirits, you know?
There you go, 9 years, that's a long time.
9 years, I know it. Yeah, it's been a good 9 years, good company.
In case you haven't seen our show before, what I typically do, interesting, intriguing foods, mainstream foods, hot foods, but I typically like to do a spirit straight and then one cocktail. But with Cointreau, there's so much versatility with this that I did a couple. So we have Cointreau straight.
Perfect.
Then again, we'll get into a little bit about the margarita, which of course is any menu's the #1 selling drink on a cocktail menu. Every menu needs to have at least 2 to 3.
So we have margarita's the #1 selling drink in the world.
And it will maintain that.
Right.
So I have a flavored margarita, and then we have a classic cocktail because so many times we get so fixated into margaritas when we think about Cointreau, we lose a lot of other classics like the Cosmopolitan or the Sidecar, things like that. That should be on every menu. I then have a Sidecar. So we have 3 choices. You can sip through and see which one's your favorite. While we ask questions, we're gonna sip on the drinks, we're gonna taste food, and then be like, what do I think would be best to pair with that food? So let's start out pretty basic. You know what? Let's toast to it with cheers. A little bit of Cointreau straight, right?
I mean,
delicious.
80 proof, doesn't drink hot.
Which is different because a lot of liqueurs are very much, lower proof.
Right, lower, which is, unique to Cointreau. It can be used as a base spirit. You know, typically we don't think about that, but you could, right? 80 proof spirit, orange liqueur, creativity as much as you want to be.
Reverse margarita.
Reverse margarita.
We've seen it before where we reverse it because, like you said, it can be the hero. So let's start off because some people may not know what Cointreau is or they're familiar with it. If you were explaining Cointreau to someone who never tried it before, what should they know about it?
Well, it's the original triple sec. What is triple sec? It's an orange liqueur, and it comes in a family from 2 basic orange liqueurs, right? There's triple sec and there's curacao. So being the original triple sec, you look at the words, triple meaning triple, triple the amount of orange flavor, and then sec meaning dry, right? So when we set out to create this product, we were trying to do something that had less sugar and more intensity and oranges in it. That's exactly what Cointreau has, and it's lasted the test of time. We've been doing it a long time.
What's funny is I remember a few years ago, we actually had a orange liqueur training class. And it was interesting because it was a blind taste test. And we had a triple sec, we had Cointreau, we had a cognac base and what have you. And it was interesting because out of the entire class, we didn't know what we were tasting. And some people were like, what do you taste? It's like, Tic Tacs, orange candy, or bubble gum. And it's that confectionery orange kind of flavor. And then with one of them, it was chocolate, butterscotch. Now we're talking orange liqueur. So for people to be calling out these flavor profiles like chocolate, butterscotch, vanilla, it's like, okay, orange liqueur. There's another taste and it was like fresh orange, citrus, fresh squeezed orange juice, things like that. And it was interesting when you take a look at all the different orange liqueurs or triple secs on the market, how they each have a different flavor. I won't say which one tasted like the chocolate and the butterscotch. We probably know that one, but it's interesting because when you put it in a margarita, you don't think how important it is for that secondary liqueur to play a part in a cocktail. But when you take a look at those different flavors and you hear them out loud, you're like, oh my God, it's very important what you choose to be in your secondary ingredient in a margarita or a Sidecar or a Cosmo.
Absolutely. I'm all about the ingredients that you start with is gonna be the end result of the product, right?
Yeah.
So I would never use an inferior orange liqueur. Cointreau is where it's at, Yeah. And it's funny you said about the flavor profile of the other orange liqueurs. I mean, we show that you can get 50 different flavors out of a bottle of Cointreau. Ranging across the board, vegetal notes, you name it, and it's there.
Depends on what mood you're in.
Right, depends on what mood you're in, right? And that goes to, the distillation process, how well things are done.
Well, with that, I will let you choose the first food we try. What do you think? I mean, there are some that we're like, okay, we know they're chips, we don't know what flavor, don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna go
this
for that.
One? Let's go for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cheers on this one again.
All right. Are you taking the whole thing?
Let's see.
It's pretty gummy.
Ooh, okay.
Chili powder?
Set it to the side. Okay, that's interesting.
It's got a little spice.
Got a little spice, got a little savor. I think I'm gonna dive right into
almost sounds like a mango in there.
the passion fruit margarita. What flavor is that one?
I think that's a good call.
Tahini peach rings. So good choice on the margarita. Oh my God, that's so gooey. It's like stuck to.
It's
If
stuck
you
in
have
my
any
teeth.
fillings or anything, I can promise you. So what's your favorite flavor to pair with Cointreau in a margarita?
It's funny you said that. If you start looking at reports, Cointreau is like the #1 ingredient margaritas listed on a menu. Sky's the limit. What's my favorite flavor to go with it? I like spicy.
Yeah.
I think you can't go wrong with it. So anything to kick it up. A little bit of jalapeno, it works perfect for me. But I'm simple. I don't want to change it too much. I like the original. I just like tequila, Cointreau, lime.
Right.
So I'm good with that.
Well, and a lot of people do. When they talk about margaritas, they think, oh, I don't like cloying or sweet or what have you. And you have different flavors that are trending from elderflower, floral aspects to tropical passion fruit. I've done more with lychee than ever before, it seems like in the recent days. But if you're not even a sweet drinker, I'll just cut back the agave nectar and just have a classic margarita, which is tequila, Cointreau, a little bit of agave nectar and lime juice in itself. So there's always a classic that's like staple. You don't need to always have flavor, but it's always good to introduce a flavor with just lime juice. So again, it's still a 4-ingredient drink, so it's still simple.
I mean, you can even drop the agave if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I have somebody that's making, it's the #1 selling drink on their menu, tequila. It's a Tex-Mex place. And they're using equal parts tequila, lime, and Cointreau, right? And it works perfect.
Interesting, because most people, it serves as a sweetening agent as well.
Right, correct.
So you can cut out the sugar. So let's talk sidecar real fast.
Sure.
Cointreau in a little bit. I use a Rémy Martin 1738 for this because I sip on that at home, neat by itself.
Perfect.
But again, just Cointreau in the 1738 with lemon juice, and that's it.
Right.
It serves as a sweetening
margarita.
agent. Cognac margarita, right? Because there are so many different definitions of margarita, Daisy. It's so funny with the history of the cocktail. You take one ingredient, take it out, put in another. It's another classic cocktail, but it's pretty much the same build,
formula,
right? Let's do this. So no sweet. It's just literally the Cointreau, 1738.
It already smells amazing.
And lemon. It's sweet. Not too sweet, but there's no added sugar.
It's balanced.
It also
it's
serves
delicious.
as a sweetening agent. Yeah. So you could definitely do a margarita as well, like from just tequila to reposado to, with the Cointreau and just lime juice.
Right.
Same thing. 3-ingredient drink now.
Shoot, you can make it 2 ingredients. I like drinking Cointreau and unsweet tea.
Oh, there you go.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Because you got the proof. Like I said, it's a hero because the proof, the flavor, the sweetening agent. We'll call this the one-man show right here.
All right.
You know what? Let's dive into something. Do you think heat? No heat? Let's see. Which one do you think's
That
hotter?
looks spicy.
Because sometimes it's like, should we try this one first?
Let's give this one a shot.
Okay, I'll do one, and there's napkins there. So we'll taste this, and then we're gonna get into the main character, oranges, which is what the main thing about Cointreau, right? Let's see. Oh my God, that's hot.
That's spicy. That one's hot.
I thought that one was gonna be the hot one.
That's a habanero. No.
What flavor is this? Oh, atomic. Oh boy.
I like spicy.
I love it.
I'm going in again, and I'm gonna regret that. That's really, really hot, and it's gonna. I'll probably start drooling as I'm talking to you like I am. Ooh. Okay, so with that,
it's just gonna get hotter. I think go back to the passion fruit. You know what?
passion fruit. Let's do passion fruit with atomic. Woo! Whoa, boy, that's building. Okay.
It's definitely building.
Oh my God.
A lot hotter.
Oh boy. Don't touch your eyes because that is atomic. Oh, and you can't drink water because water makes it more hot.
Does it?
It's milk. Oranges are the star of the show. Let's stay focused with the heat building in my mouth. How do you source your oranges and what makes them special?
We source them from 4 places: Spain, Ghana, Brazil, and Senegal. What makes them special is the balance between fresh and dried, but more importantly, sweet and bitter. Without that balance, you're gonna have it going one way. It's hot. It's hot.
Woo!
It's the balance of bitter and sweet, which is the big thing, right? But we're only 4 ingredients. Keep that in mind. Simplicity, right? You already brought that up about cocktails. 4 ingredients in Cointreau. We got bitter oranges, sweet oranges. We have sugar and neutral grain spirit. That's it. They all work together. No, they're not competing against each other. They're working together.
Woo! Okay, maybe a little bit of sugar. Let's see if a little.
Just take it down, the whole thing.
Oh my God, that's so smooth and good. It's like orange. I'm hoping like that will calm it down, but oh boy. So how did you get involved with Cointreau? Like you said, that you come from behind the bar. Was it in a lot of ingredients? Did you believe in the brand, the history? What led you to Cointreau? Because you've been with the company now 9 years. So
with the company for 9 years. It all started, one of the bars I worked at, and you talked about that tasting you did with 3 different kinds of orange liqueur.
Right.
I walked into this bar and I had worked in, every bar that you can name it. I was like, man, we go through a lot of Cointreau because it was a signature margarita that we were doing on the menu. So I'm talking to the owner and it's like his margarita, and he pulls me to the side and he's like, we do the tasting. We do exactly that. We tried the cheap triple sec, and it tasted like a bunch of sugar. And then we tried some, and Cointreau was a star of the show. So since that day, there was no other triple sec that I ever used, right? And that was, man, I don't even want to tell you how many years ago that was, but so I was a fan. So when I saw the opportunity for the company to come up, I knew it wasn't going to be something like I'm trying to work for a company that's introducing a new product that needs work, that I need to get a sales force on the ground and hire all these people and try and push it out, and then I'm going to cut half those people, right? It's something that's established, it's a good brand, it's well known, and it's in the luxury portfolio. That's what we're all about. So we're trying to, we strive to be the #1 orange liqueur in the country.
And you are the number one.
Yeah,
and you are. And what's so funny is a lot of people don't realize its versatility, you know, coming from a drink development standpoint, from a sangria, when we talk about a sweetening agent, you could do red wine with the orange, with the Cointreau for a sweetening agent, and combine it with the flavors and what have you. So there's so many different applications for Cointreau.
That really works.
I mean, right? But so many different applications and cocktails, from the margarita to red wine to white wine, because it's a sweetening agent. It can add orange. Orange pairs with everything. Let's just be honest. It can be a summertime. You can introduce fall flavors with fig and pomegranate. It just goes with every flavor. Right. I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about trends and the industry and people trading down or not drinking as much. What's great about Cointreau is it's in every bar. And
it should be.
It should be, right? It's in every single bar. I don't know a bar where Cointreau's not in. But you have to build application for it. You can't just rely on it to sit in the back bar, sit in the well, or what have you. You have to try it with Cointreau, with red wine, white wine, margarita, whatever it is, it'll complement it. You have to win with the signature drink menu, and that is one thing that we know for a fact. When people pick up a bottle of Cointreau, what would you want people to experience, or their first thought to be?
From a consumer standpoint, you know, like premium margarita, right?
Yep.
You know, I can elevate my margarita with this bottle of Cointreau. You know, if it's on a menu, I know it's going to be an elevated.
Details matter.
Details matter.
Details matter. Elevation matters. Just this one. I've also seen a twist to add on to an elevation of liqueurs and modifiers. Just as much as whiskey, vodka, tequila, people want a premium liqueur as well. To elevate the drink.
Absolutely. Like when you get a margarita, are you going for, I'll take the house margarita, or are you going for, I'll take the premium margarita, I'll pay the extra $3 and I'll get the better ingredients of the drink. Yeah, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but it doesn't say triple sec on the bottle anywhere.
What's the difference in the?
Well, if you find an old bottle of Cointreau, it can say Cointreau triple sec on it. But triple sec isn't a patentable word. So we started getting imitations, a lot of imitators. And if you go to the distillery, they have 1,000 bottles of imitators that they have up on the wall that are people trying to copy Cointreau over the years. So we wanted to distinguish ourselves from triple sec, inferior brands, and we just put Cointreau on the bottle, and that's it. So we, even though that we started it, right? We started triple sec. We couldn't keep the name.
A lot of imitators, I will say, when you add water to Cointreau, you can actually see
essential oils.
The essential oils and what have you. And it's a fun experience. Try it at home. But if you do pour Cointreau, you can actually add a little bit of water. And I would add water, but I just want to drink it neat. But you can actually see the oils.
Yeah, so that's a big part of the process.
And even beyond the drink, I've also seen caviar balls. And Cointreau caviar balls. Have you seen a lot of accounts? Have you dealt with the Cointreau caviar balls?
I have seen it. We actually used to have little kits that we would.
Do y'all still do that?
We don't, but we should. We should definitely bring that back. I'm glad you brought it up. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Right now, our current program is we're doing cosmopolitans and caviar. Nice little cosmopolitan with a nice little side of caviar goes really well.
Cosmo, fun fact, there's so many stories about the Cosmo. Cointreau
was in it.
Has been in every single story. So when we talk about a cosmopolitan, I say the Cosmo is the most mismade drink. So before I get into that, let's try the green. I don't know what this is, but let's, again, that's interesting.
It's a pea.
You know, like I'll probably do a sidecar with that one, because it, what flavor was that one? So it's baked green beans. So again, very subtle. The sidecar goes great with it. I think anything would go, orange would go great with that one because it's very subtle.
I want to hear your cosmopolitan story.
Yeah, so.
Which one do you believe? Because I have one too.
So there's so many cosmopolitan stories out there, and if you have a story and you've got all these different scenarios and people saying it, what's the common denominator?
Right.
And every single one of them. That's the easiest way to
I agree with you. Absolutely.
Some say Rose's Lime. Was it Rose's Lime? And then this one twist that put it on the books was because we used fresh lime. What was the vodka used. Was it regular vodka? Was it citrus vodka? I could name the brand, but I won't. But it was a citrus vodka.
I heard it was a citrus vodka. That's the story I know. Yeah.
So the citrus vodka, absolutely. But Cointreau has been the main ingredient that no matter what different stories you hear, how did the Cosmo start? From Madonna being at the Rainbow Room and winning an award and going in. You have so many different, stories on where did it come from. But Cointreau has been the one
common
denominator. It's never been anything else. So when we talk about classics, and I will also say the Cosmo's the most mismade drink because it's so simple to make. You still have to measure it because, you want the right amount of, cranberry juice. I say 1.5 ounces of citrus vodka. Well, say brand loyalty, 0.5 of the Cointreau, I even say 0.75, and then 1.5 of cranberry juice and a squeeze of lime.
Okay.
It's mismade to me because so many people think, oh, it's cranberry juice, and they don't measure, and they just pour cranberry juice, and then it's just too much, and they toss it. Well, when you toss it, what are you tossing? Your vodka and your Cointreau.
Right.
So when you toss a drink in the sink because it doesn't fit in the glass, you're tossing away some of the elements that you're putting in the drink. And so not only from a cost perspective, but you're losing flavor. It should be a really pretty light pink. 1.5 ounces, 2 ounce tops of cranberry juice. But 0.5, 0.75 of Cointreau, and then citrus vodka with the lime. But it's been the one mainstay in all the different stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Like a modern classic, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it should be. There are so many different ways you could do it. From I've done a Cosmo with take out the cranberry juice and use the Cointreau as a sweetening agent with the citrus vodka and orange bitters, cranberry bitters. There's so many different fun ways to play with it.
Absolutely.
And
white
making
Cosmos
it
were a thing there for a minute.
Yeah, and from what I hear, the Cosmo is coming back again. It has been. We used to call it a pedestrian drink. If someone wants a Cosmo, they're going to order it. But what are some fun ways? Serve it on the rocks. With fresh cranberries or different ways, but Cointreau has been the main, and again, the sweetening agent of it. Let's try a different food. You choose next time.
Oh man!
I know you're gonna choose. Are you gonna choose a wing again?
I was thinking the wing.
Okay, let's go for the wing.
Yeah.
Let's go for the wing.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. What flavor is that one? Just regular? Okay.
I like how we got that out of the way first.
Oh my God, that took some time to Actually, that's good. A lot of people don't think that you can pair foods with cocktails as well.
You should. It's not just for wine. It's not for beer.
Without Cointreau in it. What's your favorite?
Without Cointreau? I mean, it's tough because Cointreau actually isn't one of my favorite drinks, and it's a Corpse Reviver number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I also love a good breakfast martini, mimosa. I'm simple. I'm like a beer and a shot, bartender's handshake, I guess. Yeah.
When you talk about beer cocktails as well, I mean, when you talk about mimosas and different things, again, sweetening agent orange, it goes Belgian wheat style beer, where you have, maybe some orange or citrus flavor profiles with it, but so mimosas, different things like that.
We had a program where we were doing Cointreau Noir with champagne for brunch for a while there.
Oh yeah, talk a little bit about Cointreau Noir.
So we talked about orange liqueurs earlier, triple sec, and then like a curacao. So it is a cognac base orange liqueur and has Cointreau in it. So
a little bit more depth, intensity, punch because of the cognac element to it.
Yeah, fantastic drink.
Which has its place, in cocktails.
The original bottle was the best. I wish I kept it. I don't know if you remember that. Bottle was solid gold.
I might have it at home.
Oh man,
need to check.
I'm dying to get one. I want one for my collection.
Everyone goes after that happy hour and evening drinker. But you're leaving money left on the table with that lunch and brunch drinker. Everyone brunches, everyone does mimosas. Yeah. Why not do Cointreau with orange juice, Cointreau with peach, mango?
Right.
There's so many different, ways to do a fun brunch drink or just an aperitif or just lighter style with Cointreau and champagne.
Yeah,
a little bit of Cointreau, again, sweetening agent, champagne, and different things. So many different applications for Cointreau with cocktails. Brunch places that have bars that serve cocktails, that serve breakfast and lunch and brunch. And again, just Cointreau and champagne.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Right. I mean, brunch people I don't think they're one cocktail people.
No,
brunch
they're not.
People?
No, they're not.
I mean, they're in it for
they're
at least 3.
They're in it to win it.
They're
in it to win it. They will start in the morning and they will go home at 5 o'clock, but they are in it to win it.
Keep it rolling. Yep, I agree.
So I haven't had a little sip of this straight Cointreau. So
I'm just following your lead.
What is your favorite food pairing with Cointreau?
Food pairing? Mexican food.
Yeah, right?
Love it. Or anything spicy, I should say. I already said I'm a spicy person, so any sort of spice, I'm with it. You know what is really good? Actually, I love like a good Szechuan meal with with the sidecar would be amazing with that.
People think, you know, this over ice, so sexy. You know, I would do it with a little boop, orange twist. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this. I don't know what it is. It looks like something simple and gummy. Let's see.
Lychee.
Lychee. Yeah. Okay. Lychee's hard to not identify. So you know what? I'm gonna do basic Cointreau with lychee. Ooh, that's really good.
Well, you talked about flavorings, you know, in margaritas. I mean, sky's the limit, right? Lychee, we got a passion fruit here.
You know what? I'm gonna do another.
Yeah.
That's
that
really
is
good.
really well together.
This isn't just, you know, Cointreau. Lychee, I mentioned before, lychee is like the #1 requested flavor this year for drinks.
That's wild. It's back. Wild. Lychee margaritas.
So we've been introducing like rose water, different. Again, it goes with the floral, you know, floral trends right now that we're seeing. But that's really good.
What about lychee?
So many different things because you could do a basic margarita, nothing changes, and just do a little lychee gummy skewer for a garnish to where you can enjoy it and have that consumer engagement. Yeah, just exactly what we're doing now.
That does pair very, very well.
That's beautiful, like together.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
What's your idol in the beverage industry?
Jeffrey
Do you have one?
Morgenthaler.
Okay.
Do you know him?
Yeah, and why?
Jeffrey Morgenthaler. I love his dry sense of humor, first of all. I love his simplicity of drinks that he does. Like he looks at something, like he did eggnog, right? But he did it with añejo tequila and a Monticello sherry. And he breaks it down. He's like, I hate that gelatinous, gooey eggnog we have all over the years. Because also I look at it and it's a pain in the ass to make. I'm not gonna make it like that. So he pulls out a blender. He's doing all the ingredients in a blender and doing whatnot. I think he's funny. I think he's very smart. I think his drinks are creative. I just think he's one of my favorites.
Cool.
Yeah. I've met Dale DeGroff though. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. Huge fan of Cointreau. And even into the, you know, creamy drinks, when you talk about creamy, espresso, coffee are trending. Cafe Seville, you could do Cointreau with a little bit of Irish cream, a little bit of coffee.
Yeah, well, we put Cointreau in our espresso martinis. Yeah. You know, in coffee. I've never had Cointreau and coffee in the morning before. Let's do a chip.
You know, I have to try a chip.
Those are those Hawaiian chips. No?
Jalapeno.
I'll take that.
I wonder what this tastes like. So this almost has to be a combination of flavors.
You remember Fun Strike gum?
Oh my God. It was a zebra.
Yeah.
It was a zebra like the...
Yeah, but you'd chew the gum and it would be gone in like 20
that
seconds
is so
for flavor.
Good. Do you remember the gum? It had its flavor and then it went away.
That's what I was saying. Like 20
1
seconds
minute
later.
it was like gone and you're like, what am I chewing?
But it was the best. You always got it.
Oh my God, that was it right there. I think the lychee was my favorite.
I wonder if you like even did an infusion, some sort of...
You probably could. We've done infusions with gummies.
Does that'll hold up?
Let's see. Like I said, this is firework. That's pickled chips. Believe it or not, pickle margaritas. Awesome.
Makes sense.
We do them all the time. And again, pickle is like a top trending flavor. But you know what? I think these two the lychee and...
Well, so we're in Texas, right? The Mexican martini, that's everywhere, right? It's nowhere else in the country.
Really?
I don't believe it is. Like I brought it up on sales.
So Mexican martini, it has different definitions.
Well, I'm not originally from Texas, so the way I know it is an up margarita with some olive brine in it, but not much. I had it be terrible. What's your definition?
You know, perfect Mexican martini is tequila with Cointreau, little dry vermouth, little orange juice, olive brine, and habanero bitters.
Ooh. Just kick it up a notch right there.
Just
that
a little
sounds
heat
delish.
and what have you, but you get the olive brine and
you got to have the olive garnish as well,
and habanero stuff, like a pepper stuffed olive. Like love it. I could drink it all day. What is the one message that you would want for everyone to take away about Cointreau?
It's the original. It's the best. It can't be imitated. Why go with somebody else when you could go with the best? I mean, really. There's not much to say, 4 ingredients, keep it simple. These are actually surprisingly kind of good. I didn't think I'd like it.
The pickle are pretty good, aren't they? I mean, pickle margaritas are pretty good.
I've never had one, I gotta try it.
Pickle martinis, pickle margaritas.
So just using pickled juice? I've had a pickled martini.
Yeah.
But margarita didn't cross my mind.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. This was fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so hot.
I would eat a basket of this.